Hello everyone and welcome to Dueling with Downton, and thank you for joining me as we talk about episode 31 of the Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's anime series. An episode in where we learned that a trumpet duet competition actually turns out to be a misleading piece of information. In fact, it was a secret code for a Dark Rush Duel tournament. Now then, the episode itself was pretty average overall, but the one thing I want to remind each and every one of you watching this video is that in episode 28, Rook was in fact given this invitation for the trumpet duet competition by a bird, or pigeon, whichever you want to go with. And in the same screenshot, as we see Asana and Galleon, we see another unknown character with a bird accompanying him. So could this have been an elaborate setup to get Yugioh and his friends in this location? Because we see by the end of the episode, Asana and her club have invaded this old abandoned building where everybody is currently at by the end of the episode. We also know that Asana appears to be dueling next episode from the preview. So again, could this all have been a scheme? Could this all have been a plan? And if so, well then, they've done some good storytelling in kind of linking everything together. And this linking thing together idea keeps continuing throughout the episode. One thing that really stood out to me as well was the way that they revealed the in-show reaction of the group when we're told that the Cavalry Club is this power-hungry group that took over 6th Elementary Goha, with Asana being at its core. Previously, when Yugioh's friends warned them of Asana, Yugioh didn't actually believe what his friends were saying because he viewed her in a more positive light. Thanks to his interactions with her, with the whole kind of excavator and helping her make it work again. But after hearing this story, we don't get to see Yugioh's reaction. So I'm very excited to see how he would react next episode with the new information that he's currently been given. Yugioh is a very smart character. He's quite mature for his age, so I'm sure he's actually going to, take on board what this group of people that essentially are dueling in secret. Yugioh wants people to enjoy rush duels and to be out in the open and to be expressing themselves through rush dueling. But at the moment, Asana is creating a situation in where these people can't do that. They have to go into hiding and duel rush duel style in secret. Another great piece of story writing from this episode was the newspaper element into this. The new character in Django would never have learned about rush dueling if it wasn't for the newspaper club's article that he got from his cousin or neighbor, something along those lines. Now, I like this implementation because it makes the episodes with the newspaper club more relevant, so that's great. It's always good when they circle back to something they had in previous episodes. I like it when Sevens does that. It keeps it consistent, and you know what? It shows that they have a plan. It shows that they are caring about even the episodes that don't seem very important. But one thing also that is very telling as well is the fact that they have to rush duel in secret. This tells me that whoever's running Goha 6th Elementary, or Asana, because she's meant to be this big, all-powerful force with her cavalry machine club, aren't a fan of rush duels. Now, we kind of thought that because we see the intro, they're saying they're going to totally annihilate rush duels completely when these characters first get revealed as silhouettes. But the thing that I really did also find quite funny is the fact that this newspaper club isn't sending their newspapers to 6th Elementary, or is probably more likely that they're not being accepted into this place. Again, Django had to get the newspaper from a cousin or neighbor or something or other in order to learn about rush dueling. So they're really trying to close off anything to do with rush dueling, and of course this newspaper club is associated with that, so not entering 6th Elementary. I like that, because again, it adds more characteristics to Asana and her group. So this, I absolutely loved. As for Django himself, I thought he was an okay character. I liked the backstory that came with his character and the way that they implemented him into the episode. with him essentially building up the Cavalry Machine Club and Asana as being this overwhelming force that forced him out of the president's seat, making him more of a threat and more of an obstacle for our main heroes to overcome in the future. Now, this character in Django is forced to duel in secret with other people, but he also retains that respect from his classmates, as they all look to be 100% behind him in anything that he does, almost placing him on this important pedestal, making him out to be that hope for something brighter in the future. They kept referencing themselves as being ants, and in this scenario, I can definitely see Django being like the king ant or the queen ant, being the most important, where everyone kind of gets behind him, and they all support him in that regard. I like that. I like the theme of this, of seeing, hold on. Yeah, so the theme of them seeing themselves as ants in the face of this threat known as the Cavalry Machine Club was pretty awesome. The puns, not so much. Some were funny, but yeah, please no more, because I really don't want to go into next week's episode with more ant puns. Great, thank you. I loved the whole needing to draw situation with his character. That was a very nice gimmick that they added with him, gave him a bit more quirkiness, and added more comedy and fitted the character very well. As when we see him freaking out and drawing loads of cards, it has hints of the intro song that you hear in the intro being heard. We know this character is also voiced by the same person that sings the opening intro, so I thought that again was very quirky and very unique to the character that only he can kind of bring out. And it was fun, it was enjoyable. I don't want to see it every episode, but every so often, like maybe every 30 episodes, why not bring him back? So overall, a great side character, not as cool as Tiger from the last episode that we had, but this, again, he had his quirks, and I enjoyed his playstyle when it came to dueling. It had me doubting Rook towards the end, you know, wondering if Rook was actually going to get his first loss here. Plus, this character did remind me of a young Shinemon from the card game show known as Cardfight Vanguard. If you've seen that, you kind of know what I'm on about. The two will be up on screen, so you can see and compare right beside them. However, from Rook's character point of view, I've always viewed him as a silly, goofy character outside of dueling. But his dueling ability is outstanding when comparing him to other Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's characters, showing cleverness and quick thinking while he's in the midst of a duel, just like he does in this episode. Admittedly though, I don't like his goofiness and silliness outside of the dueling aspect. However, saying that, on the contrary, this episode, he does show genuine respect towards his opponent ant. Yeah, sorry, I made an ant pun. Moving on. Saying, yes, you were trampled on, but you put up a strong fight. This line is a very simple one, yet can be very impactful depending on the person you're saying it to, as this could greatly lift a person's spirits in order to help them persevere in moving forward in their future endeavours. And it's exactly what it does. This line may seem like Rook's boasting, but actually he's kind of boosting the morale of Django's character. He's actually lifting him up and saying, look, you may have lost today, but you put up a good fight, and you can put up a good fight against anyone, so don't stop and keep trying. This I really liked, because seeing Rook give this type of serious compliment to someone not only shows good sportsmanship between Rook's character and his opponent, but also good maturity from Rook's character. He's certainly growing as a mature character, and I like that from him specifically. The new monster he uses, Leather Dragon or Leather Life Dragon. The design, I really don't like either of them. Normal form or its buffed up form, neither one excites me that much. The effect was pretty good though, but apart from that, the duel was just, it was there. It was one of those duels that didn't really feel that entertaining, but it was good, because again, it had me guessing whether or not Rook would lose, but at the same time, it was just, it felt like a duel to fill space in an episode where they could have used it more for building up backstory. That's my personal opinion on it though, my thoughts on it, but you might agree or disagree. Overall though, I really enjoyed this episode. The writing and the connections that were possibly there made this episode more enjoyable and more thought-provoking, so making it fun in the process. An average duel which carried a bit of anticipation, like I've already stated, about who would win. The animation was good in places, but lacked in others. I thought some shots were great, but other shots were just kind of poor, if I'm honest. As I don't know if it's just myself, but some of the eyes on some of the characters look way too big. And that's just, again, something that I observed while watching it. Anyways though, I want to hear your thoughts on this episode down in the comment section below. Let me know if you enjoyed the episode, and if you enjoyed this review, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh content in the future. For now though, I'll see you later. Have a great day. Alligator, matane. Goodbye.